Yo, 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 it's your boy CM the Goat 5, man. Back with another one, you know what I'm saying? Malone TV News, man. Tap in, man. We got to talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Big news, man. Big news. Drake, man. Drake bodyguard been shot today, this morning, rather, outside of Drake's home. So we're finna get into that and see what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? So everybody tap in, man. Um, we finna got doing pull up some stuff, man, and see get this news right and see what's really going on out here in these streets. You see what I'm saying? You know, um, that's the new news right now, so to speak. I just got the notification. Earlier I said I was gonna go ahead and blog on it. So let's go and see what's really going on out here in these streets, man. So I went to one of my fellow partners. My bad. Let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna go over here and see what's going on. We're gonna go live and see what's really going on in these streets, man. I just hope we not having one of those Pac and Biggie effects, man. Um, we really don't need nothing like that at this time. You know what I mean? We really don't need no drama going on. Nobody, no casualties or none of that. We don't need. It's just been positive rap, basically. It's just been a positive rap beat so far. So we really don't need, no bull crap going on, man. So let's see. I'm gonna pull up the news and see what we got going over here. Let's see what the hell it really. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get into it and we're gonna see what's popping. For that, I hope everybody doing well today. You know, all right. I'm gonna drop the link. I'm about to drop it and share it to you guys. Let's see. All right. See what this is about.
Thank you for joining here, okay?
Thank you, too.
Thank you, man. And then I want to wrap up on Don Tavian. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Did you want to add anything else?
I would say the same what he was just saying. Basically, people need to hold Kendrick or anybody else to the same standard because literally, if you listen to Mr. Morale, Kendrick sympathized with R. Kelly. So if we're really going to go there,
Kendrick did?
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
think this got nothing to do with
No,
Kendrick.
because they are taking R. Kelly's music off.
With all due respect, I don't even think this has nothing to do with Kendrick. This could be a beef that Ben got doing happening. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's just probably jealous of Drake or anything. You can't just point one finger at one man because they had a rap battle.
Off the air. I understand people don't think that they think that's funny, but literally that was happening.
Well, a lot of people were choosing not to listen to it. I think there was a lot of drop off.
A lot of people because here's the thing. People like to try to separate the artist from the music. That's how that whole thing started. So people like R. Kelly's music, but they don't like the individual that created it. However, that's not how people see that type of stuff today. So that's why I'm just saying, if Kendrick, that's why I think when he rapped that intro on Euphoria, I believe that was contradictory. I'm sorry.
All right.
Appreciate it, dude. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. And
later, man.
Nice to have all this. We have one more caller who was waiting there. I wanted to give him a chance to speak. Jamal, you got to connect your audio, my man. He's got to connect your audio. Got to connect your audio.
Yeah.
He's trying to, if he can get his audio connected, I'll give him a shot. But as I go around, and then we're going to do our recap of all of the things that we've discussed here. But going
All
back
right, and
around to
you guys have
Robert,
a
go
good
ahead.
one. I have to do my thing, so you guys have a good one.
All right, we're gonna go to another clip. Let me see, because I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty. I mean, I'm gonna go to act. Hold on a minute, chat. Hold on 1 minute. 1 second. Pull it up. Okay, I had to get notified from my boy that go on, so just give me a second. All right, we're about to get into it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Inspector Paul Krofchek of the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, and I'm pleased to be here today. I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited at this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working, apparently, as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence in this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as we canvassing for video. I'll now take a few questions.
Was Drake home, and is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rat beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation of police?
So I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time. And so I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation, okay? Like, it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time.
The man who was shot still in serious condition. Have you been able to talk? Has he not been able to do a suspect description? And how is the
So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition. And I'm not going to just. No, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys behind your cameras? And do you expect to get a good amount of video involved with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
You said suspects plural. Can you say, are we talking 2, 3, or more?
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize this as a drive-by shooting or more specifically stopping with the car?
I'm not going to get into specifics about the investigation at this time, just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene. That will be part of our investigation, but again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Is this security guard alone?
I don't have that information.
In the incident, did it look like the security guard was the target? Were they trying to get past him?
Don't know at this time.
You said you have video capturing the incident?
Yes.
The actual shooting?
Yes.
And you can't give us a description of the vehicle?
Nope, not at this time.
You don't want to release it?
No, because we're dealing with video quality issues, correct? So we, as we have information and we're able to analyze video better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
You mentioned that the shooting occurred outside the gates, but there are markers inside near a garage. There's an area cordoned off there. Would shell casings have gone that far? Why would that?
I haven't even walked up to the scene, so I can't comment. Oh, thank you.
Do we know how many shots were fired?
No, that's going to be part of the investigation. Can't comment at this time. Thank you very much.
That concludes today's conference. No problem, I can do that. That concludes today's conference. Thank you for attending. Paul Krafchuk, the spelling is P-A-U-L, and the last name is K-R-A-W-C-Z-Y-K. Inspector. Yeah. And again, that's the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, and they investigate all shootings and firearms discharges within the city of Toronto. Okay?
Thank you.
So far, that's what we have going on. That was one of the live reports going on happened outside Drake's home, man. We're gonna go to another one. Give me 1 second. Just same one. Hold on. Give me 1 second, chat. I just hope and pray, you know what I'm saying, everybody, I'm gonna be all right. I'm home. All right.
Okay, more breaking news this morning here on CB24 Breakfast. This from the Bridle Path area, where a police investigation is underway at Drake's home. Chopper 24 is above the scene this morning. It shows the street shut down just outside of 21 Park Lane Circle. That property belongs to the rapper. Crime scene tape can not only be seen outside, but also in the front courtyard driveway of Drake's home. It's not clear at this point what the nature of the investigation is. It's also unclear if this is connected to an overnight shooting that police have told us about in the area where shots rang out. This is in the Bayview and Lawrence Avenue area, which is in the sort of general area of Drake's home. So this is just after 2 o'clock this morning. In this case, one person taken to hospital with serious injuries. Investigators say the suspects left the area in a vehicle. Once again, no official word from police if there is a connection. We are working on that. We have our Courtney Hills making her way now to this scene. Again, Drake's home, police investigating. We'll have much more throughout the morning here.
Academics reported about this, bro. Academics said that this was a security guard, one of Drake's security guards that was shot, you know, and pretty much was found unconscious and rushed to the hospital to have surgery. He has some pretty serious injuries from what they're being, or from what's being reported. I want to say Boosie predicted that something like this would happen. First of all, Kendrick Lamar don't have nothing to do with this.
Right.
Except the, I don't want to say publicizing because Drake's address was already out there, but the excitement that came from the cover art for Not Like Us, with Drake's house being on the photo, and then, you know, everybody said that, you know, the Google Maps thing, you know, everybody went on Google Maps and they said Kendrick owns this house on Google Maps. They said they had Google Maps at that time. You know, those parts Kendrick is gonna have to accept responsibility for, 100%.
Drake owned the house.
Because if the address is already public, you know, Kendrick used that as his cover, right or wrong, funny or not funny, clever or not clever. You know, it could have. Not saying it did. We don't know. But it is a possibility that contributed to this situation. Now, do we blame Kendrick Lamar for this? I don't think we should, because he didn't do it. He didn't send nobody to do it. You know what I mean? But there's always one village idiot out there like that would do something like this. It could be a crazy fan that's just like, you know what? I love Kendrick, and I'm gonna do this because I think, you know, it's people out there that don't have their right mind, bro. That they don't have a sound mind, and that they think rap beef is real life. They think the internet is real life, and they think because Kendrick is saying, "I hate the way you talk, the way you walk, and the way you dress," they really think that Kendrick means that, and he don't. It's just rap, bro. But there's always one village idiot out there that's willing to do something stupid to prove a point. It could be that. It could be a crazy fan. It could be somebody that really hates Drake and like feel like this is the perfect opportunity to do something. It could be a clout chasing kid that just wanted to go out there and record a video of themselves shooting at Drake's mansion and somebody just happened to get hit. It could be anything like that, bro. So I do say Kendrick has to accept responsibility. I'm sure he does, the type of man that he is. Kendrick is a real dude. Like, he don't let all this entertainment and social media stuff get to his head. He's a real dude. So I'm sure the spirit side of him, and he's a fearing man. Like, he really does fear God, bro. So I'm sure he accepts some type of responsibility in his heart about the situation, whether we hear something publicly or not. Y'all can trust me on that one. Boosie predicted that something like this would happen, though. I'm gonna show you guys what Boosie said. He said, "I never seen so many men excited to see men tearing each other down through music. SMH, the men are more excited than the women, LOL. I came in the casino, the MF will leave his girl and ask me, Boosie, who do you think going down, Drake or Kendrick? SMH. Like, that's what you thinking about with a baddie on your side? Question for the world. Do y'all really want one of these great artists' career done because they lost a rap battle? Bro, if Drake is messing with underage kid, if Drake is, you know, messing with kids and underage women, yeah, we want his career done, bro. No disrespect, Boosie, but we ain't supporting it. We ain't rocking with that, bro. We probably still listen to Drake's music just like we all still listen to R. Kelly music for the most part. You know, I mean, let's not front for the internet, you guys. Y'all still Step in the Name of Love. Come on, a lot of y'all still dancing. I'm still dancing to it. I'm gonna be real. But do we support R. Kelly? Are we trying to get R. Kelly free? No. But so it's the same thing. So to answer
Okay, we're gonna stop that right there. Now, what dude talking about? It's a two-sided story when it comes down to stuff like that, man. Um, you have your word and you have the other person's word. So at the same time, ain't nobody been accused. Ain't no real accusation been brought up or none of that mess. So that's just hearsay, internet say, people just talking. You know what I'm saying? And you heard, if you would have listened to the record, you would have heard Drake in the record saying that he baited Kendrick up. His team had his team bait Kendrick up to make him think that I had a baby out there and all this and that and the third. You know what I'm saying? So far as all this other allegations and stuff going on, man, whatever. Well, I ain't gonna say allegation. It just wordplay, basically that was in a song. So, you know, people gonna say what they want to say. They talked about Jesus Christ, hell, you know, that's that. It is what it is. But hopefully, in this incident, man, I hope everybody gonna be turn out to be good. You know what I mean? And everybody move on with their lives, man. Because we don't need no type of casualty when it come down to this stuff. You know, and I pray, pray for everybody's family, man. You know what I mean? Like it's a new day and time, 2024, man. People ain't taking stuff, kindly these days. You know, just like he said, people will. It could be a crazy fan out there. You never know who done this mess. You know, it could just be some random street nigga, street thug, wanna be three street thug, just siding with Kendrick's team and siding with Kendrick, saying, okay, I'm gonna be the one that got done go out here and do something to make, what I'm saying, to try to strike a nerve, to just start some real street beef up. You know, we never know until they do a thorough investigation on why this man was shot, why the security guard was shot, or whatever. We just have to see and wait and see what the update gonna be, man. You know. Let me see what I can pull back up and see what else we can see. Hold on a second.
Shooting occurred outside the home of Canadian rapper Drake in Toronto. This happening overnight in the wake of an escalating beef between Drake and hip hop star Kendrick Lamar. This is the scene outside of Drake's home in the city's Bridle Path neighborhood, courtesy of our CTV News chopper. Police say a man sustained serious injuries after a shooting outside that home and was taken to hospital. Police also say a suspect fled in a vehicle, but no description has been released. So far, there's no word on whether Drake was at home at the time of the shooting, but we understand from police that he has offered to fully cooperate with them. Joining me now is Mark Mendelson. He is a former homicide detective, and he joins us now to discuss the developments in this case. As Mark, we're waiting for more word from police. Details are very scant right now. But what do you make of this shooting? This, for our viewers across the country, is known as the Bridle Path, this neighborhood. It's got a lot of mansions, but it's pretty open. It's not as though it's a gated area.
Yeah, and good morning, Marcia. You're right. It's not a gated area, but there are very, very large homes in that neighborhood. You know, and what goes along with large homes like that is a lot of security cameras, and other security precautions that are taking place. And if you ever had the opportunity to drive past Drake's residence, you'll notice that there are gates and there are walls and there is sort of strategically placed trees, et cetera, to provide security. And there are also uniformed security guards at the residence. And it's my understanding from a source within Toronto Police that, in fact, it is a security guard who is the victim of the shooting, who was working at the time. It was described to me as a drive-by shooting. And as you mentioned, you know, the police have put out a suspect vehicle. So that's all we really know at this point. As you fairly stated, we don't know if Drake is at home, if he's in the country, or wherever. And now what the police are going to be doing is looking at the motivation behind this shooting. Again, there's lots of security cameras in all kinds of homes around that area, lots of security guards in other homes as well, and patrols. So they may have information of investigative value as well, but they'll be looking for the motivation. And of course, Marcia, in the backdrop of all of this is this sort of feud that's been going on, as you mentioned, with Lamar, in terms of who's dropping songs and who is disrespecting the other one. And as early as this morning, you know, somebody actually went on Google Maps and re-tagged Drake's residence as Lamar's residence. So it's this feud going on. Now, whether this is all for clicks or for publicity, I mean, nobody knows at this point. But it really doesn't take anything more than somebody being offended by what they're seeing or reading to decide that they're going to take things into their own hands. And commit this crime. And that's what the police will be looking at now. So it's very early on in the investigation, lots of good security tape to look at. You have a living witness in this security guard that's been shot, and I'm sure that when he's able to speak, he will speak, and he'll be interviewed by the police, and we'll have to go from there.
Okay, and I just want to say, Mark, this is unconfirmed that it was security guard. We're still waiting to hear officially from police. We expect them to be scrumming, hopefully with reporters outside of that scene shortly, very shortly. I do want to ask you how police investigate something like this when a high-profile celebrity is involved.
Well, they're going to look at the motivation, as I mentioned earlier. You know, were there other threats that were coming in throughout the night, whether by text message or online? They'll be scouring all the online postings to see if anybody made any untoward or violent threats towards Drake or anybody that works for Drake or his residence. These are the things that they'll be looking at. They'll be scouring over the security tape to try and get a license plate and a description of that vehicle. And you know, and they'll be hunting down that vehicle as well. It may be stolen, it may not. We don't know. All of this is very early on. They'll be looking at the ballistics that remain at the scene, whether it's shell casings or if there's a bullet that's been retrieved from the victim or at the scene. They'll be looking at that, comparing that to other crimes that are out there now. So there's lots of steps to be taken. There's going to be interviews of you know, Drake's staff and neighbors and canvassing of that nature. So it's going to take some time. You know, this is not new. We have seen this not only in this city, but certainly in the United States, where there have been feuds between rappers who have filmed a video in somebody else's quote unquote territory, and the response has been violence. We've seen murders related to the industry and people who are involved in that genre of music, and we've seen a lot of murders in the States that have been related to that. So this is not new. But it is obviously upsetting, and it will be thoroughly investigated, I'm sure, by the police.
And I'm well aware that this next question is of a speculative nature, but we understand Drake is cooperating with police, but we don't know if he was there. The fact that he has made that outreach, or they reached out to him, do you think, Mark, that he was at home at the time?
I have no idea. I just don't know about the travels of Drake. I'm too old, Marcia, to keep an eye on that. But at the end of the day, he's going to have information of investigative value, whether he was in the home or whether he was in another country. And, and again, I'll go back to, has he been threatened in any way, either directly or indirectly, and from who, and what steps did they take? What steps did the security guards at the residence take? So by cooperating, I would expect him to cooperate. I'm quite sure the police reached out to him right away, because he will have some answers to help fill some of the voids in this puzzle.
I want to ask you about security at the home, and you're right. If you were able to drive, if anyone has driven by, they would see that security was pretty tight. But clearly, Mark, this shows us that no security system is perfect.
No, absolutely not. I mean, if what I've been told is correct, that it was a drive-by shooting, there really is nothing preventative there. There's cars. It's an open road. There's cars able to drive back and forth all the time, and security guards in Canada are not armed. They are unarmed security guards, and you can have the best security systems in the world. You can have the best physical security in terms of gates and brick walls, things of that nature. But to be able to be proactive and prevent somebody from just driving by the house and opening fire, short of closing the road, there really is no solution.
Could you see this investigation expanding to involve other law enforcement, or is this in the hands of Toronto Police solely?
Well, right now, the offense took place in Toronto, so they will have jurisdiction. They'll have carriage of the investigation. In the event that they have to reach out to other police services to follow up on threats or perceived threats, there'll be no hesitation from the police to reach out to whatever police service, wherever it may be in North America or in Europe. It doesn't really matter. There's always good cooperation. And you're right. They may have witnesses they need interviewed very quickly in wherever, LA or London or Paris. We don't know, but it's just a phone call away and those interviews will be done.
Celebrities are often targeted, and it's even worse with social media these days. Mark, do you, from your experience, know if people always go to the police if they are feeling threatened, or if they have been threatened?
Most people do. Most people aren't threatened, I think, but the higher profile you live your life, the more you're on TV and on the radio and on social media, the more you expose yourself. And, every threat has to be weighted in terms of a threat assessment, as to whether it's even possible to identify the source and what that person is doing in their particular life and in their particular business at that time. But I certainly, from my experience and from my clients, threats like this are reported to the police because they do need that assistance, and they have a far wide-reaching investigative, wingspan, if you will, to investigate these things, as opposed to doing it internally.
Okay, I really need a quick answer because I know you have to do another interview, Mark. Do you feel that this was a warning, a sign, or do you think that there was an attempt of murder here?
I think anytime you shoot somebody, that's an attempted murder. I mean, we watch it on TV. Oh, why don't you, shoot him in the leg or shoot him in the arm? That's not reality. That's not how the world works. So yeah, when you shoot somebody, I think there's an intent to kill.
Now, you see what's going on, people. We're just gonna pretty much keep an eye out for what's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? I pray for the bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? That was shot or whatever. Hope he, turn out okay and everything. We just got to be careful out here in these streets, man. It's a crazy world out here. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when it come down, we've seen this shit happen before. When it come down to this rap beef and stuff like that, not to say that Kendrick them will take it to that far, but you never know what's on a person's mind. At the same time, they was displaying personal issues amongst each other. So trading shots back and forth on the internet, you know what I'm saying, and on records and shit like that, it's gonna spiral out. Not to say it was one of them that, you know what I'm saying, sent the shooter or whatever. It could have just been some random Joe. You never know these days. Because these dudes are too goddamn big to be, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of money. Why would they have the need to want to, take each other out and stuff like that? But we've seen it happen before from time to time. Date back to the Tupac and Biggie thing, you know. Not to want to just bring that up, but I'm just saying. I was back then, I was in that era, and with the Tupac and Biggie issue, the shit turned deadly. Both both of them ended up deceased. We don't want this. We definitely don't want this, man. Our hip hop culture, we just want to see them boys, both of them boys and their family, strive. They put out great music. They put out great music. They both put out great music. So we're just gonna keep it positive, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep everybody updated. You know what I'm saying? To what comes along or whatever. So, with that being said, it's your boy CM the Goat 5, man. Malone TV News, man. Y'all know what it is. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? On to the next one, man. We out. Deuces.